I'm a little bit smarter now because I realize that the face of racism have changed. The reason that they say that the people on the right is racist is because they believe, yo, everybody has it tough, so you could succeed if you just put in effort. But the people on the right say, oh no, black people have systemic racism. No matter what, they can't succeed. And I'm like, I've seen plenty of black people succeed. So what do you mean black people can't succeed? Like, why is the left so racist? Like, why does everybody on the left believe that black people can't do nothing by themselves? They need the help of white liberals to help them out be successful. When, from what I've seen, like we're able to be successful without the help of white liberals. We're able to be successful on our own. There's been like Barack Obama was the president, but yet somehow America's a racist country. Like how? Like why are y'all still holding on to racism so much? Why do you want America to be racist? Like I've the right ain't racist, but the left, now the left is like the racist right there. They be like, oh, you can't do it because you're black. I'm like, wait, what you mean I can't do it because I'm black? They said, oh, you need affirmative action, you need DEI. I'm like, DEI didn't really help black people. The people that DEI helped the most was white women. So how is the right considered racist when most of the racism that I experienced was on the left? I tell people on the left I'm a black conservative, and oh my goodness, coon this, N-word that, oh, you're not one of them, you can't join them. And I'm like, wait, you're telling me because I disagree with you, you're gonna call me a coon? Like, when you disagree with a white liberal as a black person, here comes all the racist stuff that they say that you're gonna experience from the people on the right. So I'm like, how is the people on the right racist when you're the one that always has something racist to say when we disagree with you? I've yet to like have someone tell me a reason that they say, oh, the right is racist because of this. And I'm like, wait. You tell me the right is racist because they believe that a community that has more crime should have more police. And you're like, oh, that's systematic racism. I'm like, they're committing more crime. Yeah, because of social injustice. I'm like, stop. Screw all that. They're committing more crime. Yes. Yeah, but okay. Let's just start from there. Let's just solve the crime problem and then like do all the other stuff. But you're like, no, we gotta do this, and that. I'm like, bruh, this is the problem with people on the left. They think that they could just ignore the crime and say, oh, it's because education. Yes, education has been proven to fight crime, but you still need to have more police in that particular area. Like trying to ignore that is the problem. Like why are y'all so racist on the left? Like, why do you think that, oh, black people need y'all help to be successful, to succeed? Like, first of all, we don't. We could be successful without your help. Like, I love the right to say, just pull yourself up by your bootstraps. I'm like, I done that. And hey, yo, I feel like I'm pretty successful for where I am right now. Able to have a house by myself. Or adding someone to the chat. Yo, what's up?
Well. Look at this monkey here. This watermelon munching, fried chicken eating, Hellcat driving monkey.
I don't know what that is about. What's up, Q-Dog?
I bet your credit score low and you need batteries in your smoke alarm, boy. You look like
yes, I just have one quick question.
What's up?
So, I'm kind of in the middle. I'm not a Democrat or a Republican, but my question for you is, why do you think Black Americans should vote Republican?
I think Black Americans should vote for whoever fits the stuff that they want more. If you want like a smaller government and stuff like that, then yeah, go ahead, vote Republican. If you want like lower taxes and stuff like that, not so worried about all these social programs, then yeah, vote Republican. But if you think that, oh, America should be more globalist, America should be like, oh, try to help out every other country, send money out everywhere, then yeah, you're gonna vote more for the Democrat. You should vote for whoever fits your ideologies better. I'm not telling people who to vote for. I'm just saying, hey, yo, just do the research. Whichever one you say fits your ideologies better, then vote for them. Is that wrong or not?
No, you're not wrong. But I think like
who do you think that Black people should vote for? Democrats or Republican?
Well, I feel like Black people should vote for Democrats because Republicans are kind of racist, like especially with Trump. How are
Republicans racist? How is Trump racist?
Well, there's many things Trump did. I mean, like back then, I mean, he called African nations like Haiti shithole countries.
Bruh,
back in
I'm Haitian.
And then
Haiti
also
is the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere. Would you go live in Haiti right now?
And also back in the
They
day,
Probably
literally
not, but
they
black
got
people
a
told me, like,
gang.
what has
They
rent
got a
is
gang
part of
leader
it.
that is literally eating people in Haiti right now. They call him barbecue. That don't sound like a paradise country to me.
Okay, but what about the Central Park 5 when
So
he
you
had
mean
that
wait, the Central
newspaper
Park
ads
Five
calling for the
that said that they were guilty, that admitted to doing the crime? That Central Park Five? If you admit to doing a crime and then people say, "Oh yeah, they did the crime," why are you saying
He refused to rent apartments for Black Americans, bro, back in the day.
So every
Okay.
time I answer your question, you change the subject. So you say he refused to rent to Black apartment. Did he himself refuse that, or did someone like the people working under him?
Can I say something?
Sorry. Go ahead. Is it Rachel?
Yes.
Go ahead.
I don't necessarily know if he is racist, but I know he is definitely sparking the racism in people. He's bringing that out. He is aligning himself. That's what he's using to get.
How?
That's what he used to get elected.
How is he doing sparking racism in people?
Because first of all, you see all over the TV, Hispanic people are being deported. That's number one.
You mean
They're
illegal
calling them criminals.
immigrants are being deported?
Wait. I'm not done speaking.
Not only-
sir. I'm sorry.
Are
I'm not
they
done
illegal
speaking.
immigrants? Or no? If I like you
I'm
answer this
talking about
question. Are they
anybody,
illegal?
citizens, citizens,
what
residents,
citizen
anybody.
was deported?
There was a 2-year-old child that was just deported recently.
Wait. Was
They
their
were
mom deported and then mom decided to take that
It
child with
doesn't-
them?
They were a citizen. They were a
The
citizen.
mom took them with them. Do you think the government should take that child from the mom and then deport the mom?
I understand it, but why was that person taken out in the first place? Is my question.
Because their mother was here illegally, and
Okay.
their mother was returned to their country, and the mother chose for the child to go with them. How is that racist?
Now, can I say something? Can I say something?
No. So wait. First, let's first get back on
You're
that. How is that
interrupting. You're
racist?
interrupting.
How
You're
is that
interrupting.
racist?
Because you see all over TV, it's Hispanics. You see all of the TV. It's not Germany.
Because
it's not
she's
Poland.
right.
It's not immigrants from China, Japan. It's only Hispanics. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Do you not see all over TV?
Do they
Is that
disproportionately
correct?
come to America than other countries? There's
Bro, he literally called Mexican immigrants rapists, bro, and criminals.
what would
He
Lincoln
called them
Riley,
gang
what would
members. I love
Lincoln
Trump.
Riley say?
Fuck out of here, you stupid mutt.
What happened to Lincoln Riley? You say he called them rapists and murderers. What happened to Lincoln Riley?
What happened to Tamir Rice?
What happened to Tamir Rice? Did Trump do something
You
to
should
Tamir
know.
Rice?
You talking about Lincoln Riley?
Did
What
Trump
happened to Tamir
do
Rice,
something
bro?
to Tamir Rice?
No, but a racist did. A Republican.
Who was the racist? Who was the racist that did something to Tamir Rice?
I can't believe he's serious.
No. What's the person's name?
Let me ask you this.
What's up?
Let me ask you this. I mean, how you doing, sir? I'm not here to, because people are just going to believe the way they're going to believe, whether you're Republican, Democrat, or whatever. But food for thought. I mean, if you're talking about someone being racist, let's talk about his governmental policies, or the things he did, or even his appointments.
What if his government
let's-
policies is racist?
Okay, hold on. Let me get there. Okay, during his first term, you go back. How many judges did he appoint that were minority?
What you mean? How many?
That
You said how
was
many
black.
judges he's appointed that was black?
Has he appointed during the first time?
I don't know.
Okay, well, it was over. I believe it's like 800 and something. And you know how many were minorities? None.
So you say Trump only appointed white judges in his first term?
White judges. That is a known fact. That was during his first term. Then you say, even now, with the history of just under his term.
I got a question. Where do you get that? Where do you get that
Hold on,
from?
hold on.
No,
Hold on,
you
hold
said Trump only appointed white judges for his first term. Where did you get that from?
It's a fact. Just look it up and you find out how many black judges did he appoint during his first term.
Okay, you could continue.
Okay, and then you're even now with the tearing down of the Smithsonian, removing all black artifacts. You can't talk about black history.
Where are you talking
Period.
about? You can't talk about black history. Where are you getting that from?
You cannot promote black history. And with DEI,
Where are you
when he
getting?
was-
No, stop. Where are you getting that you can't promote black
Okay.
history from?
Let's talk about the
Did Trump
Smithsonian.
did
Hold
Trump
on.
write a
Hold it.
executive order say you can't
Yes.
promote black
He
history?
just wrote something against the Smithsonian just
What
not
was
too long
it?
ago to remove all African American artifacts.
Trump wrote
Did
something
you?
to the Smithsonian to
Oh,
remove
the
all
Smithsonian
African
artifacts. Yes, yes, yes. And being that you look at the Smithsonian, and they wanted all those artifacts. Now these are now you're saying Trump, but his regime that is doing it, the whole regime, and you're not seeing. I don't understand how you don't see that. I
What
don't
are
see how you don't,
what
and maybe because,
you're not
and
stating
then you
something. You're
said
saying
you
I
are
can't believe you don't see how
okay.
they're being racist. They're being racist. I can't
Let
believe
me
you see how you're
hold
not being
on, hold on.
racist.
That's not racist to you?
What? You're not saying anything. You're just saying his regime.
I just told you,
You said, okay, first of all, you said that Trump
and that's
only
why I
appointed
said
white judges. Only appointed white judges. What about
that's correct.
Barbara
During his
Lago?
first,
What about
of
Barbara
all the judges that
Lago?
he appointed during his first
What
term,
about
he appointed.
Barbara Lago?
Okay, how
November
many of
20th,
those judges were
2019.
black? How many of them were
What
minorities? Period.
about
We're not just
Robert
talking
J.
about just black.
Luck, another Hispanic
Okay,
judge?
so how
What
many?
about Alan M. Cannon? What about Terry A. Duguid, a black justice? What about Claire Horn Boom,
And
black? What about Martha M. Pacalo, Asian American? Naomi J. Rao, Asian American Indian descent. Are those not
and when was
minorities?
that?
No. So you admit that you're wrong,
What
right?
term?
Do you admit that you're wrong,
No,
right? Those were minority
no,
judges that Trump appointed, right?
no.
Trump didn't
When?
appoint
On his
those.
first term?
Yes.
In his first term?
Yes. You want me to give you the dates? You want me to give you the dates? I could give you the dates. Let me scroll back up. Okay.
And I think what your
The
issue is,
Hispanic
you're not.
Barbara
And
Lago,
I think you're making. I think you're.
November 20th, 2019, Hispanic. Robert J. Luck, Hispanic, November 19, 2019. Alan M. Cannon, Hispanic, November 12, 2020. Terry A. Duguid, black, March 6, 2018. So you admit you're lying, right?
Okay, and then why?
You admit
And
you're
why
lying,
aren't
right?
you?
No,
Why
stop.
aren't you?
You admit you're
No, I didn't
wrong,
say
right?
lying.
You
I
admit you're
didn't say
wrong, then,
lying.
right? Then you admit you're
No,
wrong.
majority of the judges,
You
most of the
said
judges
he
he
only
put were
appointed
white,
white judges. Now you're saying
and
the
he did,
majority. He only
and
appointed
then
white
and he did.
judges.
Okay,
No,
and then
stop,
let's talk about the
stop. You
Smithsonian.
tell me he only
Then let's talk
appointed
about the
white judges.
Smithsonian.
You
I
tell me
think where
he
your
only
issue is, you're
appointed
not
white
really
judges, right?
American, and you haven't experienced the things that black people here have
I've lived
experienced.
in
You
America
said
since
you're
the
from
age of
Haiti.
like 1 or 2.
No, but you're
I
from
lived in
Haiti.
America since the age of 1
And
or 2.
your
No one
viewpoint
could
is
see me and
distorted.
say, "Oh, I could tell
Your
that he's
viewpoint is
Haitian."
very distorted. Your viewpoint is very distorted
Are you
because
black?
now what about the
Are you black?
Smithsonian just recently?
Are you black?
What about the
Are you
Smithsonian just
black?
maybe no, I'm not black.
You're
But
white?
what about the Smithsonian just
No, are
recently?
you white?
What about the
Are you
Smithsonian just
white?
recently?
Are you white? So I'm assuming you're white because you don't want to answer that question. So you're telling me
Okay.
that me having
And what
black
about the
skin,
Smithsonian?
I did not grow up with
And
the
what?
black experience because of what now?
No, you didn't. You didn't
Because
because
well,
your viewpoint is very warped. Your
what
viewpoint is
about
very warped.
Thomas?
And if
What
you
about
can't
Thomas
see what
Sowell?
this
Is he
guy
not
is
an
doing,
African American
okay,
historian
and then
that
let's
has a
talk
different
about
viewpoint than you?
DEI.
Yeah,
Let's talk
DEI
about
mostly
DEI.
helped
He
out
said,
white women. So did affirmative action.
okay, and did it real? But do you know the true facts of that? You say now if you
You
said
could
if
go
you
look
would
up
have
a
told
CNN,
me
even
if you,
CNN
wait a minute,
reports that DEI mostly helped out white
wait
women.
a minute. Hold up, wait a minute. DEI itself, he said the reason why it was supposed to be the problem was it was based on merit. Most DEI programs are based upon merit
Can I
for
ask you a question
minority
then?
people.
What about when colleges lowered the requirements to enter their college program for minority groups? Is that not DEI?
Okay, and when did
Is that not
colleges do
DEI?
this?
Like they've been doing that.
That's
That
what
was
you
part of
and
affirmative
then you're
action.
and you're
That was
and
a part
you're
of affirmative
and you're
action in
comparing that to
DEI.
DEI of them. You think that's DEI?
They did
Lowering
not
the
do that.
requirements?
They did not do that.
No, man, is that
They
lowering the requirements?
they were
Is
doing that so they
lowering
could
the
increase
requirements
the
is
amount of black
DEI?
people
Is
inside
that
that
what you're
went to their
saying?
college.
Are you saying DEI was lowering the
DEI is
requirements?
when you're trying to get equity,
That's
not
wrong.
equality.
That is a
Then
lie.
explain it to me
That is
then.
not. It
What
says
is it then?
equity. It doesn't give you
Explain
some
it to me
falsehood
then.
that he promoted to say that they lowered the requirements.
Did
If you are an
explain
educated person,
DEI
if
to me
you're an
then.
educated
Explain DEI
person,
to me
you would
then.
know that DEI.
Wait, can
Most
I?
people that got fired over the DEI programs were very educated and experienced people that
The
were
majority of
minorities
the
and
DEI
women
jobs were going towards white women.
and merited and
Why?
merited.
So
That's where
why are
your
you bringing up
issue is.
minorities when that stuff was mainly for white women?
No, it wasn't just for white women.
I didn't say
You just don't
just. It was
understand
mainly
that.
for white women.
DEI is not the one that promoted white women. That's where you're missing the point.
Wait,
The white women.
I just have like two things to
The
say.
white women
Go ahead.
experienced
Wait,
it
go ahead.
more
Wait,
from-
quick. What's up, Sean?
So, okay, I want to say two things. So, did you, okay, are you like, do you support Trump or are you just like conservative?
Yes, both.
You support Trump? So, in the 80s, what did he get a lawsuit for? Do you know?
You tell him personally got a lawsuit in the 80s?
Yeah, he personally got a lawsuit.
Or
His company,
did his company or him personally?
his company, but he manages
No, stop,
it. and
stop. His company
Okay.
got a lawsuit, right? And the people,
Yeah.
I know where you're going to, because literally
Yeah.
like a couple minutes ago, someone just brought up the same exact thing about him not leasing apartments to black people or something like that. Is that what you're gonna bring
Yeah.
up?
Yeah.
Was it him himself
I
that
could
was
also
going
bring up
out and
multiple other
denying the people?
Yeah.
It was him personally that was denying.
No, it
the
wasn't him
people.
personally, but it was the
That's
company.
where the
under
narrative
management.
changed. He doesn't realize that people, when you hire people, they're an agent.
Well, okay, and then
of you.
also I
They're
have like
an
one
extension
extra
of
point,
you.
and then that's
Okay.
all I want to say. So,
Are you gonna bring up
which
Central
side
Park
does-
5?
Okay. Huh?
Go ahead. What's your next thing?
Which side does the Confederacy like? Who do you see like?
Which
putting
side was-
Confederacy flags up?
What
like,
side
what
started
side,
the
like-
KKK? It was the Democrats.
Yeah, but did you not know? Do you not know of the
So
party
wasn't
switch?
the-
Like,
wasn't
that's a historical
The
thing that
party
happened.
switch. What you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, are you talking
So in
about
the
what, Lyndon B.
1960s
Johnson?
He doesn't
Okay,
get
Lyndon B.
no.
Johnson?
So in the 1960s,
Lyndon
did
B.
you know that Democrats
Lyndon B.
mainly
Johnson?
owned the Southern? There's things called the Southern Democrats that predominantly had more like that voted
Who
Democrat,
wrote those
right? And
civil
then they
rights
switched.
bills? The Democrats or Republican?
The Republicans. But there's a
And
thing
the
called
owner,
a
no,
party switch.
stop. The Republicans wrote the civil rights bill, but because one Democratic president signed it off into law, the same Democrat president, Lyndon B. Johnson, that said, if I sign this bill, I'll have those N-words voting Democrat for the next 200 years.
Okay.
That's the Democrat that signed the civil rights bill that says the party switch when they were just being more conniving. Even Malcolm X said, "Yo, Malcolm X did this. Hey, yo, the conservative, we might not can trust them, but those liberals are just as bad. They're just more conniving." But go ahead.
Could I
continue.
try to explain something too?
Go ahead.
So
continue.
basically, there's this thing called it's a party switch. So basically, Southern Democrats, right? They voted predominantly for smaller government. They voted for like segregation and things like that. What and mainly Republican values that we would consider now like smaller government, like the state education, like things like that. Like they voted on Republican basis, right? Like you cannot say that the Southern Democrats of the 1950s, 60s voted for modern day like things that the Democratic Party would say now. That's just not true, right?
Wasn't the
And
Democrat
I think
president
it's
the one
just-
that only signed up the bill just because of that particular reason? Wasn't it a
I'm not
Democrat?
defending it.
Wasn't it a Democrat that you remember how the Democrat filibustered the one that had the record before the
Yeah.
the dude that has it now? He was a Democrat
Exactly.
and he was filibustering the daggone the Civil Rights Act, right?
But do you think he has the same values of a modern day Democrat now?
What is the value of the modern day Democrat?
Well, the values of modern day Democrat, I could say multiple things. I could say larger government, right? I could say larger tax, larger, more taxes, right? I could say like bigger infrastructure bills. I could say not tariffs, anti-tariffs. I could say not like this isn't really Democrat, but like more like left-leaning tax rich or just things like that, right? But I don't think 60s, 50s Democrats, they voted for smaller government. They voted for tax cuts. They voted for segregation. I don't think that's a modern value of a modern day Democrat now.
I got a
it's
question.
not.
How does
You
the
can't
policy?
do that.
How do those policies that you mentioned are like prove that the Democrats are not racist?
So no. I'm saying that the
Well, let me ask you
Democrats
this.
have a
When you run
racist
for
past, and they
president-
have a past written in segregation. They have a past written and etc. But we have changed our values from now, and there's a party switch, and there's been many progressive leaders in the Democratic Party.
You tell me,
that are-
okay? You tell the party switch was under in the 1960s,
So the
right?
party
Even
switch
though
was
the
under
Republicans
one- okay.
was the one that wrote the
can I
Civil
try to
Rights
explain
Act.
something to you? So the party switch wasn't under one administration. It happened over time, over a couple 30, 40 years. Okay.
You said
It
during
just
the
happened over-
1960s, right?
No, yeah. So I said 1960, but I didn't give you an exact fucking administration.
I
It
didn't
happened
say an
over
exact.
time.
I just said the Lyndon B. Johnson because he was the one that signed the Civil Rights Act into
Yeah.
law.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
But Lyndon B. Johnson wasn't the best president ever either. He did many atrocities in Vietnam and etc. I'm just saying that the party switch happened over time. It was a gradual thing. It didn't happen at a single time, and it is very shameful for you to say that the people that that fly Confederacy flags, like the Republicans.
Well, you tell me all Republicans fly Confederate flags?
No, but tell me, have you ever seen a Democrat fly a Confederate flag? Explain that to me.
What does the Confederate flag mean to you?
So the Confederate flag is basically they're traitors. They just succeeded from the Union. They wanted to keep the institution of slavery in America. And they're not American. They're anti-American because they
That is correct. They wanted the institution of slavery.
Yes, exactly.
And
You tell me the Confederate flag is just for the institution of slavery.
No, it basically
exactly
it's a country that succeeded
what
from
other
the
time
Union
did it
and had the
fly?
basis of succeeding for the
Whatever
state
time did those
rights.
flags fly?
So the state rights to have slaves. That's basically what it is.
That is correct. And that's the only time it flew. Is during the civil. That's
So you
the
tell
only
me,
time that
you tell me
those flags flew.
Because like right now, most Republicans don't fly the Confederate flag, and the people
No, I
that did
understand
fly,
that,
no,
but-
the
but
people
they don't?
that-
What side?
most Republicans. Wait, let me finish it off. Most Republicans don't fly the Confederate flags.
I
And,
agree.
and it
I
was
agree.
Democrats that started flying the Confederate flag. Am I wrong? Because the
Yeah,
Republican
but
Party
I'm
was the
trying
start
to
started
explain-
to fight
I'm trying to explain to you that
wrong,
there's a thing called the party
wrong,
switch, but you're not
wrong,
understanding that.
wrong.
There's a thing called
During
the
the
party
Civil
switch.
War,
You can search
the
it up.
South flew the
This is
Confederate
public
flag during
education.
war.
You learn
Y'all are
this in
talking
school.
over each other. I can't
learned
hear
this in
y'all.
high school.
Y'all are
I
talking
learned this in
over
high
each
school.
other.
The party switch. Just search up the party switch. Educate yourself. Okay. There's a thing called the
people
party switch.
say the party switch, but they didn't though. Just because someone say
Yes,
that
they
happened.
did. It's literally like it's get taught.
Never
in
did.
school.
When
Like, what do you
when did the
mean?
party
Never happened.
switch? When did the party switch?
It happened over time. It happened
It
over
never
30
happened.
years.
Okay,
over
okay,
only-
1964,
the person
right?
they're talking
Wait.
about is the
Then the
message.
party. Then people say the party switch under the New Deal, which was
No,
before
it doesn't-
1964.
It's just
No,
method.
no. But
Do you know the New Deal?
Well,
yes, I know the New Deal. So that's why
The New Deal. A lot of people say the party switch.
No, that's not a party switch. That's just that's just
different
a change
coalition
in
of
American government.
voters
We
that
went
they were
into a
trying to get.
welfare- Wait, what?
They were trying to get a different coalition of voters. That was the whole new plan for the New Deal, and that's one time period where the people say the party switch. And now you're saying it's 1964.
I'm not saying it's the
My
New Deal.
bad, my
Are you
bad.
dumb?
I only
You
bring
did
up
not
19
listen to anything
Stop,
I just said. Are you actually
I
dumb?
just said my bad. I made a mistake. I only bring up 1964 because that's the
liberal with the
Civil
names.
Rights Act.
Yeah,
That's why I
but
bring up
it
1964.
didn't happen in 1964. It happened over 30, 40 years.
So you're saying it happened after or before 1964?
It was a gradual thing before 1960s and after 1960s.
So you said it started in the 1950s to the 1970s.
No, more like 1980s, 1990s. Yo, I gotta go, bro. I'll come back in a second.
So look, I got a question. Hey, how did it work out? How are the Democrat-ran cities doing right now? Let's look at Oakland and all these places. How did it work out by them saying that, oh, we're Democrats. How has it worked out?
Actually, very well. Very well.
Democrat cities.
Okay, let me ask
Oh,
you
it's
this.
worked out very
California-
well for Oakland. Are you joking, bro?
Okay,
Economically.
now you took out a city, but you didn't take out the
Wait.
whole
Wait.
state.
Y'all can't be talking over each other.
The whole state is California is doing very well.
California has not been ran by Democrats. The
California
entire time. We
has
had
been very
Schwarzenegger,
well.
we had
No,
Reagan,
don't say that.
We had Pete.
And
Bro,
it has been
it's
ran
not
mostly
all
by
Democrat ran.
Democrats.
Sorry, bruh, but Oakland's been ran by Democrats for over 60 years.
I mean,
What has
look at
changed for
Texas
the Democrats
right now.
in Oakland?
Why are you saying Oakland?
What has changed for the Democrats? What are you saying? Look at Texas.
Texas is
I live
horrible.
near Oakland. That's why I'm saying Oakland, bro.
No, but
Texas
look
is
at
horrible
Texas
with
right
what?
now. And I'll tell you this, and it's
there
like
gas
what you were saying
prices?
earlier.
No.
What he was saying.
Cost of living? No. Buy a house?
Hey,
No.
y'all can't be talking over each other like that. So what's your point you're trying to make? Because my whole argument for this is that currently right now that the Democrats are the racist party, and people are trying to say that it's the
Really?
Republicans.
So the Democratic Party
For
just
sure.
had a female African American run and has had a black
And
male
what does that
win
mean?
presidency.
And
when
when
has
did
that ever happened?
Who was African American?
When Alan Keyes
Who was
tried to
African
run for
American? I'm sorry,
president-
hold on.
Hey, when Alan Keyes tried to run
Who was
for president
African American?
under the Republican Party, what happened? They wouldn't even let him get on stage.
Who?
Wait a minute.
Who was African American
The
that
actual
ran?
host. I'm gonna tell you this right now.
When did Alan Keyes couldn't even
We
get
know
on
Kamala
stage.
wasn't African American.
We agree that the KKK, and other neo-Yazis are in the Republican Party.
Are all Democrats.
Those are
Conform to the
bipartisan
Republican Party.
organizations.
No.
Can we understand that?
Yeah.
Those are
they're-
bipartisan organizations.
No, they're not.
Yes, they
What
are.
do you mean
There-
they're bipartisan?
What are you
there
saying?
there is
KKK
there
was
is
literally
KKK
founded by
members that are
Democrats.
Democrat and Republicans. That's what I'm saying.
You
But the
think
majority
a
of them
neo,
are
wait, you think
Absolutely.
a KKK member is going to be on the side that supports gay marriage? Huh?
Trump support y'all tell me that Trump is racist and
For
Trump
sure.
supports gay marriage.
The party does not. That's the point.
Yeah, exactly.
The
The
party
party-
doesn't. No, wait. The party might
do you
not
mean the
support
party,
gay,
bro?
gay marriage.
There's
The
few
Republican Party
people.
don't care about gay marriage.
Yes, they do. They
What
do.
they don't care about gay
They
marriage.
don't.
Most of
We
the
don't care.
They just
married.
signed a
Okay,
bill
what?
not
cares?
long
How?
ago.
Explain why the Republican Party cares about gay marriage. How? In what way?
They don't believe they should exist.
Who's saying?
believe
Who
that's-
is saying that?
Oh my God, bro! This dude is.
Christians.
Who is that for real?
Christians.
No.
I'm not getting into
Christians are
this.
saying gay people shouldn't
You got-
exist. Is that what you're
Christians
saying?
are just like Islam.
No. Christians
Islam. I
say
hate
Christians say it's a
Christians and I hate
sin.
Islam. They're the same
Christians are
thing.
saying it's a sin. They're not saying they shouldn't exist. They're saying that we believe that's a sin. That's all they're saying. They're not saying,
Yeah,
oh,
they
these
say
people
they-
shouldn't exist.
And
They're
you're
just saying
saying
these people are
Trump
committing a
They
sin.
say that they're disillusioned.
Hey,
That they
what-
should
what does-
not-
what does it
they
say in
should
the
not
Quran
have
about
sex- They should not have schmecks with other men. It's
Yeah,
only
they,
between
that's,
man
they're,
and a
yeah, they're
woman.
saying it's a sin. I'm agreeing with you. They say it's a sin. They didn't say the people should this. One of the Christian doctrines is hate the sin, not the sinner. So even if they believe it's a sin, they're not called to hate the individual. They believe to.
I'm not even saying that they hate the individual.
You're
I'm
saying they're saying that these
they're
people
against-
shouldn't
They're
exist.
against. No, they're against. They're against them being real, having real couples and having marriage and all this. They don't want them to be
Oh, my
that.
Lord,
They
bro.
don't
Who
want them
told
to
you
be
this?
that way. You know
And
that.
well,
You know
there's
that.
a
That's
person
the
by the
funny
name
thing.
of Dr. Umar Johnson, and he disagrees. He's black, and he's saying black and white people shouldn't get married. Okay, you could point out individuals that say a particular thing but you can't say because that individual says something.
Right.
This is what the whole group thinks.
No, I'm saying on
Okay.
we can agree there's a far right and therethere's a far left.
I'm gonna go
And,
back to
So
what you were
let's go.
talking
Let's
about.
go off the far left, and I'm going to be 100% honest.
You talking about the
Far
communists,
left,
the
the
socialists?
far left are a bunch of T words, if you know what I mean. They support T word ideas,
And
The
they're
far
socialists
right
and communists.
believe- I mean, that might be the case, yes. But when it comes to the far right, they believe in neo-Yazis. They believe in racism. They believe in white supremacy.
That's
Wait,
not
wait,
the
wait,
far
stop,
right.
stop.
dude. That
Okay.
has nothing to do with
There's two
Democrats
Is
and
the far right
Republicans.
is the far right in control of the Republican Party, or is the far left in
Oh, my
control of the
Lord.
Democrat Party?
Yes, the far right is controlling.
There you go.
Who is far right in the Republican Party that holds the
No.
office?
Oh my Lord, bro.
Just
Very.
saying,
You think Trump is a normal candidate? You
Trump
think he's
used to be
normal?
a Democrat.
It
Trump
doesn't
was
matter
a
if he used to
Democrat
be
in the
Democrat.
90s.
If he
So what does
did
that mean?
Kyle, if he started
What does
reading
that
Mein
mean?
Kampf and started doing a C Kyle, obviously
Trump
he's
do a
not
Sig
Democrat.
Heil?
It means he's a center. It means he's a
So what does
centrist.
that mean?
I'm just telling you in general. Just because
All I'm saying is-
just because his past fucking actions showed that he was a Democrat doesn't mean that his current
This
actions show he's
dude
a
is this
Democrat, and that his current
CNN
actions are
headline
right.
after CNN headline, dude. That's it. He has nothing else.